Hey, welcome to CrewInspector. As a first-time user, this tutorial is designed especially for you. So once you're logged into the system, the first thing you should do, well, after watching this tutorial, you should change your password. So go to the Change Password section, enter the password which was sent over the email, type in new password just designed by you, retype it, click OK, and you are done. Well, you can start adding CFARs without any problem, but also it's important that you do the very basic things in the system, which will have an effect afterwards. So let's start with the entity section. What's the entity section is about? So entities are those what we call employers, agents, clients, or whatever else you want to add in the system to have a future reference. So what we'll do, we'll just add new employer and we'll just click save. As you see below, there are offices listed. It means currently this employer is accessible only for those users which have access rights to Riga office. Once we enable Amsterdam office to access this employer, they'll be able to see it. What else you can do? You can add contact information, as many entries you need. So let's start. Entry 1, we save it. We can add additional entry, number 2, and so on. So once you have added all the contacts for this particular employer or client, you can checkbox to decide which of these contacts should receive invoices generated from the system. In case invoices is not applicable for you, just disregard it. Now let's focus on vessels, and here you will understand why it was important to start with the entity section. So let's create a new vessel. Once you have filled all the details in the system required in the vessel section, starting name, call sign, IMO number, and so on. The most important part of this section is client, owner, employer. So you are unable to add just by typing any text here. So that's why we had added before new employer, so we can choose it from the list. The same we can choose everything else from the list what we have added in the entity section. If you haven't done it, so you have to go to the entity section and do it first. Because if you save a text, it will not be saved here. Employers are used everywhere else in the system regarding the CFARs and their C service, contracts. Clients are used primarily to define for invoicing needs. As you can see below, regarding the vessels, you can do the same, assigning which offices can access this particular vessel. By default, it will be always your office. Well, now you can click save, and you are done entering your first vessel in the system, and you can proceed adding further details into the system. And of course, we encourage you to watch further videos available to learn how to use CrewInspector properly. Good luck!